Summer Kit. I remember seeing a video a while ago that was like, there's no way to look manly while doing these things. And like the first one was like drinking from a straw. Just did that. Second one, putting on chapstick. Don't give a shit. Masculinity is fluid, right? Anyway, pretty funny. All right, we got some stuff to talk about. Like usual, I'm going to let people get in. I'll explain why. ETH is such a shitcoin. Yeah, it is. Dude, there's... I saw somebody, I don't remember, I think it was Flood, who was like, Ethereum is destined to go to 0.04. And it's going to lose market share tremendously. Which, all right, maybe. It's just a funny thing to like. I mean, he's always been a Bitcoin maxi, right? So he's a Bitcoin maxi anyway. And then you just come out and like do this. The best part about it was a long shill for his own company. Here's the things that I expect to happen in the next 12 months. He gave off like everything, and he's like, and then the in silico terminal is gonna do 1% of trading around the world. Like, do you understand the references they get? Yeah, yearly predictions. Yeah, do you understand like if the amount of money they would make if 1% of trading went through the? I mean, like he would be fuck you rich. He would be. I mean, he's already very well off. At least, if not, he's an incredible LARP. But I'm pretty sure he isn't. I think he actually does pretty well. He's just kind of a douche. You know what I mean? Just kind of a douche. I'm getting all the charts ready to go so I can just run through them as people are coming in. Soul Max is calling for the flipping. That's usually a good sign to sell. If the Soul Maxis are out in force, you probably want to think about taking profit. Not a bad time to do that. So right now I have Bitcoin over the SPY, ETH BTC, the S&P, the NASDAQ, Solana, Atom, Link. I'm going to do Linketh. This is the only way I can keep on track, or else I'll just run entirely off the rails. If you have other things, call them out. Not a horrible time to do that since I'm sitting here. Stargate actually, yeah, how about that? Actually held that area. Good for them. Well, good for you. Have you seen that dude on? What a shit! I can't believe I left that shit in there as long as I did. Doge. Tau, yeah. I mean, everyone wants to look at Tau. All right, that means I got to get my alt screen up. I can't do that, or else you guys will see my bags. So I gotta find the right way to do it. Base, that's funny. Dude, there's so many. I'm looking at the shit from like when, from when base was a thing, and oh my god, it was so bad. Yeah, Tau, dude. Like I was talking about Tau when it was like what? Not even $100. crazy. All right, we'll put that on that side. Cool. Okay. ComSwap.io. What was that? I mean, really, I've heard about ComSwap for a while though, and they caught like no. Wow, look at that. They did, in fact. You know what's funny is I think Highlander was like telling me like, hey, you should look at it again. I mean, that's like a perfect buyout or breakout buy. Like, it's very clear that was going to go higher from there. And even this, like, look at that pullback. Oh, gorgeous. If I had seen that, I would have longed that. Speaking of volume last days, because it was kind of dead. Yeah, wanted some of this. Dude, Tao, I mean, I told the story already. One of my boys in my DGen chat, which I don't really give out their names and who they are, but you've probably seen them in a DGen chat collective, literally was shilling us at like $16 on Tao, and I own exactly 0 because I'm a dumbass. I just thought the market wasn't worth speculating on. But anyway, we're going to try to keep this as functionally informative as possible and brief, right? Matic. All right, hold on. Let me add Matic to the end. And then if you have other ones, drop them in now. Drop them in now. I know I have Matic in here. What the hell was it? Just saw it. Okay. Matic, and then Com I can get on here. Swap. Nope. Cox swap. Yikes. No. All right. ARB. Yikes. I mean, I have it on here. I think I still own some ARB somewhere. I gotta check my wallets. Anyway. CHNG. Is that available on this Trader Sam, or do I gotta go to Dextrainer? Let's just minimize that. Then I don't have to worry about it. I have anything connected that doxes my shit? It doesn't. All right, cool. All right. Remind me, Sam, when I get to that point. So look at the title of the stream, wherever you're watching. Does it, like, if you guys watch right now, does it say the title? Because I can't see shit. Does it tell you what I put the title as? Like, as you're watching, I know when you click in, it would tell you, but like on screen, does it tell you? It does. Okay. So yeah, time to take profit. And I sent that to somebody you guys know, and their response was, "Oh, you're a doomer." No, it's not. I've been beating on this drum forever. This arrow has been on my chart forever. Thank you, Van City. Appreciate you. Marquette, Sully, thank you guys for confirming. It's been on this chart forever of this is the area. There is nothing wrong with us taking profit at 38 and buying again at 31. Right? And it's not that I'm saying like you can't hold it. If you want to hold it, dude, hold it. If you want to hold it, then hold it. If you're fine with that, then you're fine with that. Like, do you? I don't really give a shit. But what happens to alts when we move from 38 to 31 and you get all the boys out being like, it's fucking over. It's done. Everybody take your money and go home. I'll see you guys at 12K. Like, what happens then? What happens to alts? And a lot of you, I know because you tell me, have been there's been like a mini alt season. I'm not excluded from that, dude. I've mopped up. A few I've told you about, many I haven't, right? Like, it's not a bad time. And it's been like almost like too good for too long, where people are starting to say dumb stuff again. People are starting to say dumb stuff. You know, people are calling for the soul flipping of Ethereum. Like, just everybody calm down. I'm not saying that's not going to happen. In fact, I think Solana has a pretty decent case. I mean, Solana will be 3 at some point, assuming that there isn't some other issue out there, because developers just like it too much. Okay. And like, that's kind of the point. When developers like something, they're going to develop on it as long as it is economically fortuitous to do so, right? It's becoming nicer again to develop on Solana. All the bullshit from, dude, we went from $2.40 to $7, $8. Pretty sure that you got the weak hands out. So that's what happens when you have a huge cycle reset. There's a changeover in holders, right? So when I say it's time to take profit, I'm not saying take profit and like, let's consider buying at $4,000. You know what I mean? It's just one of those deals that we need a higher low. Think about how important this area. This is a weekly chart, guys. Let's think about how important this area was. We came up here and touched it in April, dude. I had just played my first round of the fucking golf season. Okay, in April. I played 44 rounds of golf this year. Okay. April. Try it again. June. July. August. Try to get through it. Couldn't. That is a buy the book double top. But you got a buy the book double bottom, which we talked about and bought. And thank God, hopefully many of you listened, because you got a 23 to 38K win if you did. But you set this level, okay? Oh, that's a good point. I forgot about that. Shit. He's not on yet, is he? Answer that question while I'm going. You see this level flip here? The reason why it allows this thing to move forward without a lot of heat is that this is a clean flip of resistance to support. This is from August of 22, February of 23. We proved it in June of 23. We reproved it in September of 23. This is a very clear flip and trend move higher. Okay. This still needs its confirmation. Okay. And it's going to happen over here. And all this is, lower low, lower high, lower low, equal high, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. We need another higher low. That's a trend on a weekly chart. That's what gets people to funnel in like crazy. So when I say it's time to take profit, I'm not saying we're going to break down and go to, sub 17. Okay. What I'm saying is it's worth taking a look at this moment, because you're starting to see the MACD roll over. It's starting to roll over. The MACD is starting to roll over on the weekly. I'll show you the daily in a minute. Thank you, Sully. So if the MACD starts to roll over, and by the way, look where it's stopping. It's stopping against the most logical place that it would stop and the channel top on a weekly chart. Those are two reasons. Those are two reasons to short or hedge on a weekly chart. I know people that are making like 10x leverage decisions on 30-minute charts on one thing. I gave you two things on a weekly chart. You think I'm wrong? The only way I'm wrong, and I can say this with absolute certainty, the only way that I'm wrong on this pullback is if the ETF gets approved in the next 5 days, 10. And as far as I know, no one's speculating it's going to happen that quickly. Sunday had the intel that it could have happened like 10 days ago. And it didn't. So, fine. I'm just saying, hold your butts, right? There's going to be so many opportunities to make money over the next 2 years. Taking wins here, buying here, selling at 44, doing it again. Like you could literally, before we even get to the insane alt season, you could 10x your bag. And then walk into alt season, ready to go to the casino. And if you are just a little bit smart, if you learned a little bit of something from the last cycle or two, depending on how long you've been around, you're going to change your life. So, this is very clearly an area where we're struggling. I've said 1,000 times when I try to give my little pieces of TA and advice to you guys as we go. This is not healthy. Okay. The slow drift higher, even though everyone likes to see number go up, is not good. It's not good. It's not productive. It is not indicative of an immediate move higher. It just isn't. Particularly when you're just drifting higher into resistance. It is not ideal. Okay? It is not ideal. Again, could it just absolutely blow through with some crazy ass news? Sure. It certainly could. I don't think it will. So I don't like how this has just kind of been drifting higher. These are games that are being played by market makers. We're rinsing the high side, rinsing the low side, rinsing the high side, rinsing the low side, rinsing the high side. We got distribution wicks over 4 out of the last 7 days. up against the critical area. That is someone slowly unloading. Yeah. Also a good point. Yeah. Vertical accumulation. No. Silver. That's very funny. Okay. By the way, vertical accumulation, while it is a meme and very funny, does happen. It happens when shit's crazy. Remember? When we look at the chart, vertical accumulation, this whole thing was vertical accumulation. And it happens on alts all the time, where you can actually chase and still make money. But you're essentially just spinning. You're playing Russian roulette. You might be the last one. So these are like distribution. I mean, literally, it's like 10 of the last 30 days have been being unloaded between 37 and low 38s. But yeah, up only, dude, to the moon. Fuck you, Jared, you doomer. Okay. Also, how long have we been talking about this? Well, apparently at least 6 weeks, because it's been in the same area versus the S&P. And everyone's probably looking at this going, well, Jared, you were talking about how like the QQQ was looking great. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. The S&P is kind of the benchmark for, like, again, the market at large. And we are stopped. We're right up against the area where you would expect it to pull back. And hey, look at this little green arrow here, folks. Wonder what that's for. It's going to be the other clue when we buy. So what's going to happen is this area. No, not that. Fuck you. This area in this area are going to line up. However, just because those areas are going to line up and it's going to be a perfect buy situation doesn't mean you won't see some mouth-breathing asshole on Twitter write some thread about why we all got the fundamental analysis wrong and numbers going to go up right at the pico, right at the bottom. And then they'll take some insane victory lap and gain 1 million followers. It happens all the time. Just, watch out for the mouth breathers. Distribution against the S&P. Distribution against or denominated in the USD. It's been up only effectively for an entire year. Last January is when we broke out from the falling wedge and started this new trend. It's been a full year. Believe me, don't believe me, I don't give a shit. It's up to you. And then you look at this and you go, well, Jared, Ethereum has to catch up before this all falls apart, right? No, it doesn't. We'll talk about that on the ETH BTC chart, but like, okay, so we have at resistance. What exactly are you guys bullish about right now? Like what? Well, it's been going up for so long. Oh, okay. That's what we're going off of. There is this area. There is this window where nobody's traded. By the way, thank you, Van. Best hidden secret on Twitch. It's very sweet of you to say. I stopped caring about that. Now I just do this for y'all. It'd be nice to have more people because we could help more people, but don't really give a shit anymore. There is this area, there is this void that there will be a day where the ETH honks are out in force. I don't know when it is. I don't think it's going to be now. And if you notice, the structure is different here, okay? Like the logical landing point for Bitcoin is here. Like it's very clear. The uptrend, the horizontal flip. It's like the easiest thing you'll ever do in your life is buy this area. The problem is everybody sees it. It might get front run, do a little pop up, and then it'll rinse everybody out again, and then it'll move higher. But everybody sees it, or they should see it. They'll see it eventually. They don't see it now. They're all fucking idiots. This makes sense. Horizontal. There is a trend. I mean, you can draw the same lines, right? Right here. I just don't have it on this one because it's less important for me on a relative strength chart than it is on the USD chart. Ethereum doesn't have that, but I know where it's going to stop. And I've talked about it before. I can't give away all my secrets anymore. But it's going to stop there. So that's where I would expect if we get the pullback on Bitcoin, this is where you would buy Ethereum, 1700. You want to know why? Too bad. I don't share secrets anymore. Join the Telegram, ask a friend. You can message me in there if you so choose. But I don't think it's going to happen. But if you see this, okay, you're going to come down. People who pay attention are going to load up here. Okay, they're going to, get this blood. And then when things get better again, they're going to get here. Okay. And you go, well, Jared, like you can't make money if you're not swing trading alts, right? Yeah. Okay. You can, because you could buy your net worth of Ethereum and not move the chart unless you're Kobe. And you could increase your net worth by 50% in the span of months if you play it correctly at the right time. Because that will happen. And the ETH honks will be out in force and they'll feel great about it. And they'll literally just try to shit on the Solana people. Yeah, flipping, huh? It's always alt dick measuring contest. Maybe my favorite thing. Anyway, this does not look good at all. And you go, well, Jared, look, you have that double bottom you're talking about. Yeah, we did. If you remember, I gave this call of if we regained this area, then it was a buy. If we regained this area, regaining not meaning this bullshit where it peaks up. Again, this is from like 2 streams ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. If we regained this area, it was a buy. Guess who tried to regain the area and got absolutely kicked in the nuts? Yeah, that would be Ethereum. So, you guys know on election night, I should start doing this. It'd be a funny meme. On election night, when you're watching and you're like, oh, fuck, they're going to call a state. And they're like, Fox News or CNN is ready to, Jared Phillips is ready to call this area on the ETH BTC chart has officially flipped down. It has gone from green box to red box. This has officially flipped down. This is now resistance. We broke down, sold, 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 sold. Okay? It's getting sold. Well, hold on now. Not quite that, but when you see guys like Flood, who are, attention whores, come out in force, there's got to be a reason for that, right? He sees the same thing that I see. That is the next most logical area for ETH BTC to be a real play. If this is a flip down, there's nothing in between. You're going to see 0.04 ETH. You're going to see 0.04 ETH. And it will be a really, really great opportunity to buy. And these are all different strategies to play, right? These are different ways in which to make money. And I've said last cycle a lot where I was like, I play the alt game because I've spent years doing it. A lot of you are way too new to try it. And you don't have good enough risk management anyway, because every time you buy a meme coin bullshit and it goes up 2x, you think you have the next Flocky or Safe Moon, and then you hold that shit to zero. You got to know how to protect yourself, okay? Yes, I make those comments because I know every single one of you is just like that. Just some of you are better than others. Fine, not a big deal. That said, you don't need to play that game. Yeah, I see UX. You don't need to play that game. If you just cleverly move from Bitcoin to Ethereum and cash, and then to majors, and then down, you can never have to worry about getting rugged ever again. But that's hard, and we all know that hard is not popular. I want to get rich today. So what do? Well, you go fucking buy Fufu or fucking Fluffy or Floki or whatever the fuck it is, Grok, all these things, and hope they moon. Good for you, if that's how you want to do it. But I'm saying to you, like I did it too, man. Like I've been very clear. I put $5,000 into crypto, like $5,000 total into crypto. Of my, like, before I knew crypto, put in $5,000 and retired off that $5,000. Okay. Retired from working for other people. I'm not retired, but you know what I mean. I used to tell my boss to fuck off for the last time. Now I just tell myself to fuck off. But I get it. The dream's there. But I also had years of trading and risk management under my belt. And that's what I try to teach you guys here. So anyway, the move in Bitcoin is clearly buy this rip. When this rip comes up, if we get this bottom and then this top, you'll probably see ETH BTC do one of these things. We'll get a lower low, we'll get a lower high, and then you'll see the lower low when Bitcoin is reaching that 44K area, whenever that is. And then at that point, you'll probably have some like, Silver HD being like ETH 0 ironically in the chat. You'll see it very unironically on Twitter. That's when you know it's time to buy. Okay, that's when Vitalik will come out with some thread and people will be like, oh shit, he did it again. And then it'll be crazy. They'll talk about some upgrade people get excited about. Like Ethereum is amazing. It's just not its time, man. Look how long it was its time. Okay, it's been Ethereum's time since December of 2019. Yeah, Vitalik, perfect. That gets the job done, man. That, like, literally, then you want to buy Vitalik's Johnson Inu, and it's going to go, then you'll retire off that. Vitalik's Johnson Inu. But it's not there yet. So I think, look, it's even more clear on the weekly chart. I was doing it on the daily chart. Look at this shit. Look at this. Sold, wick. It's going to fall through the floor. It is going, we're getting the same distribution on ETH BTC that we're seeing on Bitcoin. What would you sell your ARB into? Bitcoin? It depends how you're trying to play this. Again, like I am much more active in managing in and out of cash than most of you. Most of you oh boy. All right. Most of you just want to like buy something and hold it and wait. And there's nothing wrong with that, dude. Like I totally get it. If you're in profit, certainly, like whatever. If ARB, yeah, man. I don't even know. That's such a nuanced question, dude. It's such a nuanced question. I don't know. I'd have to think about it. At that point, like I would want to play the Ethereum catch up, which means ARB would go down, and then you'd see the rotation into the L2s. So if ETH BTC goes to 0.04, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. It's hard. Speaking of other things that are hard, don't love this. It was my prediction last time that we would spike above this. I think it's still possible, like 46.50 and the year strong. I think it's possible. But look at this. This is not great. This was kind of the big thing that I wanted to get to. Because we did get the breakout. We got the handle breakout. And I still think that there is like a faux pump. There's still like a faux pump into this. But we're getting the weekly bear div right now. The weekly bear div is starting on the NASDAQ. On the QQQ. So if you get the weekly bear div starting, you have Ethereum. You have the S&P or the ES1. The S&P 500 Futures Index into resistance. ETH BTC flips down. Ethereum's into resistance. ETH SPX into resistance. Bitcoin's into resistance. Do you understand now why the name of this stream was Time to Take Profit? Because no one wants to take profit right now, dude. You're logging into fucking Dex Screener every day and you're going, look at this shit. Go fuck yourself. It was up 438% today. If I'd have just watched after that thing first released, 438,000% today. Apologies. BSSB 366%. Grok's up another 10%. Whatever. Like you're seeing these things. Joe's up 23%. The fuck? Oh my god. All right. Anyway, So you see these things happening, and it gets me too. Joey, got it. That makes more sense. I was like, is that Avalanche? It's not. It's something different. The chart looks different too. Thank you. You see these things happening, and you're like, we got to keep going up. We don't. I assure you, we don't. And when you feel that way, like we got to keep going up, it's probably time to sell. When you hear Solarians or Solanians talking about flipping Ethereum, it's time to sell. When I get on a fucking stream and I show you 7 high time frame macro indicators in to resistance, choose what you want to do with that info, man. I guess, you know? But here's the thing. It might not go down today. It might take another week. It might take 2 weeks. We might get an ETF announcement. I might be wrong. How often am I wrong? So many of you have been watching me for 2 years. How often am I wrong? I mean, whatever. Do you? 2 years, long fucking time, too. To be fair, this chart looks outstanding. Okay, it looks outstanding. I'm literally betting money on your call. Are you buying a put? You have to be buying a put. You buying a pit? Who is the options protocol now? Isn't Deribit dead? I should do that. Well, you know, I'm not saying Marquette, you know this as well as anybody, man. You got to see the breakdown. We're starting to see it. It's my feeling we're seeing distribution. Like there are ways that you're like, you know, maybe I can hedge here or whatever it is, but you can look for other indicators where it's like, okay, this lower time frame trend was lost, or you saw like a bunch of liquidation wicks on a lower time frame. So I hope you guys know that. But like the point is, if you want to get more tactical about it, great. If you're just like, I'm going to play the high time frame plays, then yeah, certainly it's worth a hedge. And as always, the time that we wouldn't is if you get crazy news and you see a breakout above this level, then get back in. But like, you know, doesn't happen often. Doesn't happen often. No, don't do that. All right. So Solana, like in complete fairness, this chart is outstanding. It is outstanding. Every time I look at it, I want to buy more. And I'm like, it's not the fucking time. It's going to come down. I know it's going to come down. Oh, yeah, notifications been moved. Hey, I got a new follower. Sweet. I didn't know that. This is an outstanding chart. When you see like the topping resistance line, the trend line come together and it starts to act as support, that is just incredible strength. It's incredible strength. However, if the thesis I just talked about is correct, it probably breaks down. Where does it break down to? 48 to 44. And this is the area that you will see me in the chat being like, hey guys, now's that time when remember when you were pissed when it went from 25 to 60 in a week? This is the area that you were waiting for because this is outrageously strong. Like, I can't even adequately describe what this is, but like, look at the volume accumulation, look at the little bit of sells, and this is vertical accumulation. People feel very good about Solana right now. Dude, Kaz was telling me yesterday that the Solana NFT season is just insane right now, and I'm like, oh, really? Is it? And yeah, it is. It's fucking ridiculous. So Solana is not going anywhere. I think very strongly that if you get the opportunity to buy Solana somewhere in here, and it might drop further, like, you know, there is a chance it goes down to $26 if things get like horrible. I just don't see it. Like the amount of green buys here, like, are you telling me these people are going to sell just barely in profit? They're not going to. Look at this, dude. There's only 2 days of people who are like even close to being remotely underwater since October. So it's a very nice chart, and good Lord willing, we get this opportunity to buy sub 48 for the next leg up, whenever the hell that is. Ha! No, don't buy it now. I'm not, dude. I own 0 SOL at this moment. 0. Well, no, I have like, I don't know, like 40 in my wallet, but like the majority of which I sold. I had a couple thousand, and now I'm like, nah. So I don't have it either. But you know, it's a good area to reload. You also never know, Link. Like, I think it's going to hold up better than other things. And then that confirms relative strength, and it gives you additional, confidence to move back in. Let's talk about Atom. I don't know why. I just feel like people talk about it a lot, so why not? Stop it where it should. This chart sucks. Yeah, it's garbage. Dude, I'm getting a link, dude. It's like my next chart's link. Calm down. Javier was fucking with me. Atom did the absolute minimum that it could to still have a pulse. And that was get back to its 50-week moving average. Good for you. By comparison, here's the 50-week moving average for Sol. And here's the 50-week moving average for Ethereum. And here's the 50-week moving average for Bitcoin. So just, you don't even have to know anything to see that you couldn't even recover your 50-week moving average. Atom is not it. Will it go up again? Sure. Absolutely. Yeah, no doubt. But it is the 16-year-old dog that you have to help get up to eat. He's not dying yet. But, you're not I'm going to enter him into this race. Get the fuck out of here. All right, Link. Link looks good too. You guys love my analogies and metaphors. Yeah. All right, I'll put it back. Not that thick. So this is not a bad area, right? We don't mind it. It's a good area. This is a pennant, actually. This is a pennant. So you're starting to see the pennant structure on Link. Not horrible. I really don't care because, our entry was $6. So I'm like, all right, I can come down sub 12. That's fine. I would not like to see it go back down to 8. But, they had their news. They opened up more staking. So if you guys are big into it long term like I am, I would go stake if it's not full already, because you can earn yield on your Link now, and it's probably going to be the easiest hold you're going to have through the next cycle. When you start to see Link hitting all-time highs or getting close to it, unstake. You know what I mean? Sell. This is also another indicator of what the fuck, dude. Ethereum hasn't even it has not outperformed Link since June. You know what I mean? It's not strong. It's not good. But this area here, this 0.0058, is not a horrible place to look at buying. I'm assuming that would look at around 12, maybe sub 12, 12.11 for Link. I don't think Link's done. I think you should stake it if you believe in a long term like I do. And again, I don't know if the capacity is up yet or not. So might want to look into that. Here's Doge. Got its breakout. I mean, alt season usually starts with Doge. Alt season, this was it last time. January of 21. Whoop. People absolutely got fuck you rich on this. It will happen again. Doge will happen again. Doge will have an insane run again. Of that, I promise you. And you do not want to be on the sideline when it happens, but it's not yet. It is not yet. Let's go to Akash Network. Again, wasn't this dude an asshole? I tried to ask that in the chat the other day, but wasn't one of the guys in this just a total prick? And everyone hated him, and he was ruining everything. It sounds like they've gotten their shit together, but this is something that should be on your radar. And this is not good here, but it should be on your radar because this was a level flip with space, and the only thing that's better than this, where you break through and then retest it, is this, where you break through and you don't even have it come down and retest it. It leaves a gap. A gap in a chart like that screams relative strength. Screams it. it's very impressive to see happen. So I don't know why that is, because I have not looked in the FA. Like I said, the last thing I knew about Akash was like they're kind of douchebags, and I don't remember why. But there was something going on where they were just taking advantage of somebody. I don't know. I'll stop slandering. All I know is I heard like somebody didn't like the people that were in power. That's it. And they did some shady things. Yeah, Matic looks horrendous. It looks really bad. Not aware of it? Okay. Metis, it is fun. I'll look at Metis in a second, because that usually, I look at Matic and Metis like equally. So, yeah, Matic looks like dog shit. You know, you had this little trend breakout here, but again, just getting back to the 50. You can rent a GPU through Akash. All right, well, that's good. Oh, okay. All right, well, I guess that makes sense. So you can get off your own servers and onto Akash and not have to deal with nonsense from the overlords. I guess that works. I got to figure out exactly what it was that I heard. I feel bad about what I just said without being able to back it up. I just, like, that's what comes to my head. That's what comes to my head. So it might be getting mixed up. Might have something wrong. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I just play World on TV. Metis, yeah. I mean, all right. It's pumping today. Is it? You know what I mean? Is it? We got the old 6%. I understand what you're saying. This looks moderately better. But again, still under the 50 week. So if you're looking under the 50 week and you can't even regain that when everything else has been flying above it, like, you're in the wrong bag. The only time something like this, like, I would need to see it start leading instead of lagging. So like being in front of the 50, taking out new levels before other people. Like, you start to see things like that and you go, okay, I'm interested. And quite frankly, I don't think you would see that happen until you get north of $44. It's currently at 19. Meaning that, yes, you could get in at 19 and eventually it will get to 40 and you'll be like, hey man, that was sweet. But in the same time, other things that were 20 and had relative strength go from 20 to 80 and you went from 20 to 40. So you missed out on a 4x because you were really pumped about Metis. Okay, so like, that's what we talk about relative strength. You want to look for the leaders in everything. This isn't just crypto, guys. In stocks, people are like, well, shit, man, Nvidia pumped a shitload. I don't want to follow them because it's already so pumped. Let me go to AMD. Like, you know, I understand your logic. That's just not the right way. That's not how this shit works, dude. Ride the leaders. Look at the ones that outperform versus the S&P. Look at the ones that outperform versus its category. So like, yeah, there's something in it, but whenever you see charts that look like this, that are like, hey, you're under your 50-week moving average, when like just basic shit. I mean, look at this, dude. The 50-week moving average for Solana is $24. And we're at 60. Obviously, Solana has its own case. We all understand why that is. But like, you couldn't even take it out. You're still under it. It's capping price right now. The 50-week moving average for you is resistance. And this is not good. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. If we get our pullback, there's your lower low. Okay, so like, what are we talking about? Anyway, yeah, I fucked this up so tremendously. I don't even like to look at it. It makes me sick. I do still have it on my watch list. And if we get this, okay, if we get this rollover back down to retest resistance, alts are going to get punched, in the nose. if that's the case, I will be watching this so intently to see where does it stop. Does it hold a gap, right? So the gap is here. All right, you can make a case that it's here, but I don't think it is. The area that it broke out from and is still moving is like right. Fuck it. Yeah. All right. We'll call it here. We'll call it 154. If it puts in a low above 154 and like holds it, that's just absurd relative strength, and it's going to go to the moon. So, yeah, I'm even going to take that off my chart. So, yeah, anywhere $154 on Tau, go get it. Go get it. I thought you said ComSwap, dude. Oh my God, flashbang. Yes. Dude, why are you shilling OTC coins to me? It's on MEXC, okay. There you go. Oh. What is this, Sam? Oh, okay. That's not what OTC means, dude. At least not in my world. All right. So it is this. $12.50. Yeah. It's a DEX platform. Okay. I mean, I don't know what the competitive advantage is. The chart's not bad. What's the market cap right now? I don't know if this is going to be accurate. 200K? No, that's not right. That's not it. I mean, it's obviously bigger than that because it's on MEXC, but yeah, it's not bad. It has like, this 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4 lines into this area, and then it just keeps getting rejected, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, we're right up against it again. If they have a competitive advantage, and I don't know what it would be because I know nothing about the FA, do your own research. But this area, that like 13-cent area, looks like where it would get interesting real fast. So if it can actually, you see volume come in like this and not immediately get faded, yeah, it's probably good for a run. It's not a bad call. Not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, dude, every time I look at the macro charts, I'm like, oh, fuck, I need to go sell the cash. Also, how about my Pengus, dude? Pengus are like 7 ETH. Unfucking believable. How about mine for under 1? Yeah, no problem, man. Algo dude, what's up, man? I know you love Crypto 30. Is that even on here? I can do it. Not really. Yeah, I can do that one. All right, let's look at this. This is the last thing I had on here. And if you guys have other stuff you want me to look at, we can do that. This has been helping us maintain and stay in our area. DXY. So, DY. Okay, I'll do DYDX in a second. Seeing this rollover has been kind of keeping us in our lane, because the dollar going down means that people are speculating more, and so it helps price move sideways. Essentially, I don't see this stopping here. It's at its 50-week. It's under its 50-week. Probably will go back to 100. I think I saw someone say that in chat the other day, like back down to 100, and then we'll see. So you could make a case that like the crypto market hangs out for a while until this finds a bottom. So it could be a couple of weeks as we just continue drifting and distributing along the way. Never good when the Dow Jones is leading. Value is leading. Not what you want. Oh my God, dude. What the fuck happened to Target? Holy shit. Huh. Dude, I remember trading this 92 up to 260. Not a bad trade in the standard market. You guys are like, it's not shit in crypto. Yeah, I know. Then went woke, yeah. Go woke, go broke. All right, DYDX. So, yeah, 74. Well, if 74, I'll answer that question. But 74% of investors think they're going to go lower. That means it's probably going higher. Anytime 74% of investors are on the same side of something, I generally don't want to be on the same side. Yikes. Man, it's a weekly chart. Could you imagine, dude? Somebody was like, I fucking love it. It's at $22. I'm YOLOing in. 27. Went down to $1.15. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. Yeah, they need to find a deflationary measure to it. So if you say from a valuation perspective, I don't know what its market cap presently is, but 28 plus 7. Well, there you go. That'll do it. I don't know what its current market cap is. I think that you have to think about what happens next cycle, because really, like, Binance, people are like, oh shit, man, the SEC is coming after them. Yeah, I know, man. I know. I'm just saying that, like, it's a lot of work. A lot of work for me to go there. It makes total sense to me, but like, I don't like to open up like charts live with people watching me because you never know what pops up. Okay, so essentially inflation is decreasing. All right, fair enough. My point on this is, from the FA perspective, it's very clear. Do you feel that people are going to trade more on-chain or off-chain? And if you think there's just a percentage shift on-chain, then DYDX, GMX, shit like that makes sense. It just does. So, you know, I don't know. Is DYDX your winner? That's fine. Then pick DYDX. That works for me. All right. As for interest rates. Yeah, it's utility. That's fair. I do not believe you'll see interest rates do much. I think they'll be pretty solid through the election next year. Maybe that's the reason why the people are saying they'll come down, and they could come down a little bit. I saw they felt like home mortgage rates in the U.S. fell for like 6 straight weeks, something like that. I mean, should I have it here? I guess I can just look. There you go. 7.29. Tell you what, man, my mortgage at 2.9. I just So if you listen and talk to people about like monetary supply policy and like strategy, and how all that shit works, right? Like, they're very hesitant to cut rates before things go horrendously, right? So, is it bad right now? Like, honest question. Do you guys feel like economically, wherever you are, obviously I'm in the U.S., do you feel economically it's bad right now? And like, why do you feel it's bad if so? Because I do not. It's not bad enough. It's not bad enough for rate cuts. At least substantial rate cuts. I'm certain there's an element of politicking there, right? Where you're like, all right, we need to, let's get through the cycle. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I mean, Messi's guess was 2025 is when we actually have our cycle. Sully says, I don't think it's horrible, but feel priced out of homes. Yeah. Yeah, because people like me are like, dude, my house doubled in value and I have a 3% mortgage. Like, it's crazy. It's getting tighter to get loans. You need like 15% in cash. Yeah, that sucks. And you know what? That's so as your home prices go, the economy goes, it just takes a while. It takes a while. That's not one of those things that you see just like shift overnight. Yeah, dude. Well, don't get me started on that shit. Look at this. Gold, baby. It's trying. It's trying. I mean, this is good if we're being honest. You know, monetary supply has been decreasing. The rate hikes did what they needed it to do. Jimmy, yeah, I can do that for you. The rate hikes did what they needed to do, right? It stopped the crazy ass yeah. Oh my god. This shit, dude. It stopped the crazy runaway inflation. So like from that, in that respect, it worked, right? So if the monetary supply rolled over, that's great, but mortgage rates are still insane. And like if I were to get my mortgage today, I would pay $1,800 more per month. And the price has doubled, right? So like my home value's doubled. Meaning that if I bought at current day's rates and current valuation, my mortgage would go up almost $4,000 a month. Right? Like that's obscene. So like there's part of me that says you sell your house. And do what with it? Rent and wait for an absolute insane home crash? No. If rates drop at all, like if you get me under 6, I'm going to take out a fat home equity loan and just invest it. Yeah. Buy something in cash. Just crazy shit right now. Crazy. I can't believe. I assume you actually meant GameStop when you asked for that, but like, I can't believe it's still hanging out here. If I'm honest, that's actually a pretty good spot technically to buy. $14. Look at this thing. I'll go to monthly. It's easier. Look at that. I don't know. Are there technicals behind GameStop? Like, do they do anything still? Yeah, that's true. Volume is a much, much, much bigger deal in equities. As you guys know, I generally don't look at volume in crypto, nor do I care, because you're not seeing it all anyway. Yeah, that's possible. It's definitely a wedge. I mean, let's go back to daily. It's sloppy, dude. It's just condensing price action. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a wedge. It just looks sloppy. I don't know. I drew that line not knowing anything about this 3-day candle. And look where it gapped. It gapped over and is holding it. If it holds and doesn't give that away, then yeah, it's a good play. Little trick my dad taught me. All right, gold. I wrote this, 2 years ago. I just haven't taken it off my chart. Okay. There is a... So, to your question a little bit ago, Elgo, about like inflation, I mean rates and shit. Like what happens if gold goes through the fucking roof? Because it looks like it's about to. I mean, to be fair, it's also looked like it's about to since, July of 2020. There is an invisible wall. It's going to break eventually. It's going to break eventually. But who's ready for $300 gold? That would fundamentally change quite a bit. But, that would be very bullish. Very bullish for Bitcoin. It really would. Because people would be like, ugh, fuck gold. There are people who are like that. Yeah, that'd be nuts. I bought at one point when I was like reading too much about the Doomers, I bought a ton of like gold and had it, stored at one of those places. Yeah, I'm going to look at Injective. Only because it was funny, that message this morning. And so like I have gold in a warehouse that they manage for you, which is pretty cool. And then like after I bought it, it like took an absolute shit. It's like when they started announcing rate hikes and I was like, nice, well done, Jared. Yes. Very cool. I think it was like Trader XO or somebody was like, I had a chance to buy it $1. I didn't. So I buy it 18. Here, I'll buy it $18 instead. Very funny. I'm going to say again, because it's worth talking about. Or it's worth pointing out. I know I don't have the most popular stream in the world. I do have the best vibes. And if you say I don't, you're lying. Vibes are absolutely hyped. Man. Why does silver look like shit? Thank you. I also believe I have great vibes. Yeah, I mean, I was big on silver for a while. It's just so fucking slow. It's so slow. Oh my god, what happened to palladium? Holy shit. Did we find a lot more of it? Jesus Christ, dude, look at that. I own palladium somewhere. And it's essentially a shitcoin now. Fuck's sake. I mean, did we find an asteroid carrying it? And that's the only thing that would make sense. Where it's like, oh, hey, we just 10x world supply in it. Like, Jesus. Look at this, though. Look at this fucking chart. This is like, there was somebody who asked me the other day if they should swing trade their retirement. And I was like, no. And I sent him this chart where I was like, S&P 500 index funds, man. Just don't even think about it. Don't fuck with that money. You fuck with the other money. Like you screw with, like when you get beyond your retirement ideas. Look at this. Hey guys, you want to know when I started working and my retirement started? In 2008. Yeah. Absurd. All right, I'll go back to Injective. I've kind of been hopping all over the place. I thought I had it up still. Injective did look good. I don't understand why it looks good, but it looks very nice. Again, Injective is one of those things that I've clearly been missing because this is relative strength. It is it's 2 times where it's 50-week moving averages. Worth taking a look at. It is worth taking a look at because that is a lot of strength. Very impressive. Very good. Very nice. Very nice. All right. I've streamed for like 20 minutes longer than I had initially planned. Any last questions? Anything you guys want to see? Yeah, I'm dipping out too, dude. This is my streaming playlist. It's just through Epidemic Sound. This is just handpicked. Happy, restless, happy, restless. It's like 105 songs. Generally upbeat. Here's a good one I added the other day. Appreciate y'all too, man. Thank you for popping out. I know I'm not streaming as much. Those of you who are regulars know I've been having some shit going on. And I appreciate your patience. So, Banu, good to see you, brother. So anyway, I'll try to stream as much as I can. I probably won't stream for like another week. I'm going to be in Florida next week with my dad. So, you know, might try to get another one in this week if something changes, but like you have your marching orders. Go back and watch this stream. Look at the several different places that we're at resistance right now. Barring something fundamentally changing, we're due for a pullback. There's nothing wrong with a pullback. It gives us better buy opportunities. So what do? You search for alts that have relative strength that are above their 50-week moving average. You look for things that are just doing well. Okay. And where do they land? Do they land at a logical point of support? You create your list and you wait. Be smart, be healthy, be good. Call your mom and dad. Tell them you love them. See you guys.